What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode and edition of the Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast, coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey, a.k.a. Chop Studios. For all of your content needs, come on down and come see me right here in Matawan, right on 34. Congratulations to my friend Dan DeZeo, who just won councilman in Matawan. Wow. Congratulations to him. So now I got a councilman in my back pocket, just in case, I want to do some business. But anyway.
Easy.
Yeah. So speaking of business, you're going to lay off the phone today? Nikos was very upset last week.
That was all business. And what I do have to say to you.
Bro, first of all, your business is here at the Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah. So who I was speaking to was very upset that you were actually siding with Nikos.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a damn shame, isn't it?
They were upset, and honestly, guys,
they were upset. Who was it? Your wife?
Let's be real. Let's be real here. The only interesting Greek person that's like come around in the past 25 years is Jesse Katsopoulos, #1 hit in Japan, everywhere. That's the only. Then the next thing you got is my big fat Greek wedding. So unless Nikos was coming in here to put Windex on everything, nobody really cares.
Wow. All right, calm down, or he will choke you out to death.
He called me a four-eyed fucking muppet.
Well, dude, you know what? Have some respect. Guy's been in the business for just as long as I have. We tried to do a podcast and a nice interview, and your phone was going off every 3 seconds. So it's unprofessional.
It was wrestling business.
Oh, dude, any wrestling business from Fight Factor goes through me in pain anyway. So, like, what are we talking about here?
I still have a stake in the company.
I get that, but it's not as big, and anything that that needs to be discussed.
Okay,
goes through me in pain.
You'll see.
So calm down.
You'll see.
Anyway, shout out to all of our lovely sponsors that are on this show, starting with Pray For Us Clothing. Use the code NOThanksgiving at checkout. You get 10% off of your bill. They will be setting up a table at No Thanksgiving at Starland Ballroom in 10 days. That's right. We're 10 days away from our 4th installment of Fight Factory Wrestling. Very excited about that. We'll go over that in a minute. Arthur Cantino Wine and Liquor. Please go check those guys out. Wine and Spirits, Wine and Liquor. It says wine and liquor on the thing, so eat me.
Well, the read was always wine and spirits.
Yeah, well, I changed it to what they're actually called.
Okay.
If you want to go to check those guys out, they will also be in attendance at No Thanksgiving. Garden State Therapy Group, our good friends over there, will be running it back. I'm very excited to have those guys there because I did not go see them a week ago, but if they're going to be there doing things to people to make them feel better, I will be first in line.
Yeah, bro, go right to Anthony's table. He's got no problem with it.
Anthony.
You saw what he did for me at War on the Shore 1.
Yes. What did he do for you? You were incapacitated.
I was actually able to walk out. It didn't look right, but I was able to walk.
Oh, my God. If you want to go to the cesspool known as New York City, you can go check out the Stand Comedy Club. Listen, elections aside, nobody gives a shit. I don't care.
Yeah, nobody cares.
The Stands is a great place. And if you're a big comedian, stand-up comedy fan, Jim Florentine will be there tomorrow night. And my good friend, not really a friend, but I've seen him a million times at the Stress Factory, Rich Voss, will be in the building on Friday night. So go check out.
I saw Jim Florentine in Point Pleasant at Uncle Vinny's.
Very funny dude. And Rich Voss is very relatable, very, again, Italian guy where he's just like a relatable dude. And
actually, the funny thing is, so Jimmy opened, then it was Jimmy Palumbo opened.
What?
Then it was Jim
funny.
Florentine, and then it was Mike Marino.
Mike Marino. Make Italians great again or something like that. Dude, I used to be on his...
Vinny, get the bat.
I used to be on his text list until I said, but because he always starts a text, hey, man. And you think it's like, oh, he's reaching out. No. Then you open it, and it's just here are the dates I'm going to be, and blah, blah, blah. But listen, funny dude. Go, yeah, fine. Mike Marino, I guess. MyFandom and MyFandom Indie Collectibles. There's a new figure coming out. It's dropping soon. It's Wrestle Pro inspired, and it's not worth getting. I'll leave it at that. No, I saw it. I was sent a picture of it yesterday or 2 days ago. And
is it the same as his little plushie?
Yes, basically, yeah. So, so if you're thinking already who it is, you might have figured it out. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Go
buy
figure
it. You got to complete the set.
Exactly. You got Crowbar out there. You got 18 variations of Dan Moff. You got the now looking dangerously similar to what they actually look like.
So does Moff. Come on.
Oh, dude, the tattoos, everything's just to the tiniest detail. But good luck, shipping out 500 of those bad boys, identical to every single, like how there's always some kind of something wrong with one of them. Dude, if you can get that detail in a figure, go fucking nuts. That's
beautiful
crazy.
Job.
as I said before, we are 10 days away from no Thanksgiving.
10. Fucking 10.
10. We actually had to, on Saturday, announce some shitty news. We had officially lost the Righteous from our Four Corners tag team match. We replaced them with the Silk City Kings. Silk City Kings, right? Yeah. I feel, and you probably agree, and I know Payne probably agrees too. Sometimes when like the bigger names pull off, you're devastated. You're like, ugh, that really stinks. That stings the allure of the show. But from Jump Street, from when we started this company, I've always felt and took great pride in trying to give opportunities to people that earn them across the independents. And that's not to say anybody that we haven't booked yet hasn't earned a shot. There's plenty of independent people that I would love to use. We narrowed it down. We had a lot of submissions. We had a lot of research. I credit a lot of the boys behind the scenes for helping me with the Silk City Kings. I also have seen them work at a WrestlePro. I believe it was a Shotgun Thursday night. I saw them work. Mm-hmm. So they can go. They can absolutely. They looked apart. I'm very excited about that. You know who's not excited about that? The Rep. I don't know if you saw their latest promo. Yeah, he was a little upset that we kept changing things up on him, and I guess they've done battle in the past. I do not know that off the top of my head, but looks like it's the Rep, it's the Silk City Kings going down at the Starland Ballroom.
And the help that was given this weekend for this was absolutely amazing because, you could have done it a triple threat. I don't.
No.
It's not gonna. It doesn't work. And
we're having trouble. We do have a fourth team. We're having trouble coming to legitimate financial terms. I'm about to walk away from this and figure it out because I'm like, here's what we have for you. It's an opportunity, and I'm getting a lot of pushback. So and I'm trying to not lose my cool, right? I'm trying to be a dick or unprofessional, but when it comes to this, there's only so many spots. We're trying to give you a spot, trying to give you a reasonable rate, right? And we're at the finish line.
Who it sucks for the other tag teams because
they have nowhere to
you
prepare.
You don't know who you're going against. Yeah. You don't know who to prepare for. Yeah. So
it's elimination. So you got to be out there for the match, man. We're not going to let you just waltz right in.
Yeah.
But yes, full stack card. Lady Frost texted me yesterday. I told Payne this on the phone. She got a laugh out of it, but she texted me yesterday, hey, do you have a minute to talk? And I was like, oh, no. And I was like, I can't possibly lose my champ for this. I'm so pissed. I was already seeing red as soon as I seen, can you talk? So I called her. I wasn't waiting yeah, call me later. I called her right away, and I said, and I quote, to an AEW/Ring of Honor wrestler, if you pull off my show, I'll burn your new house down. she got a laugh out of it, but at the same time, she was just like, yo, relax. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I lost Santana. I lost the Righteous. I'm not about to lose Lady Frost. We did not lose Lady Frost. She's going one-on-one with Sunny Kiss. Very excited about that. So get your tickets now. Front row sold out. The stage is starting to sell. Second row is now the new flavor of the month because those have been going every day. There's been more second row tickets. So do not wait till the last minute because you will be shut out of seats. And when I say seats, first and second row is all we're offering for ringside, and then the stage seating, which I think, and I talked to Payne about this, and you have been to Starland, when there's a ring and you have the stage seats, you are in line of sight. You are on the same level as the wrestlers. So I think the stage seating, to me, is the best seat in the house.
It's got to be amazing because,
it's the best seat in the house.
I mean, when you're, on the floor looking up at the stage, you know what I mean?
Right.
You can only imagine that you're seeing the entire landscape.
You're literally right in front. And even the World Bar seating, which is even cool. You're actually behind production. Production has a production row. And then there's bar stool seating.
Yep.
Again, right line of sight with the ring. A lot of cool places to sit. If you do not get a seat, you will be standing around the place like a mosh pit. It's a fucking concert venue. They're not going to put seats everywhere.
It's big enough to hold Slayer fans for when Slayer played.
Yeah. So yes, get your tickets now, please. So on the old wrestling front, I was talking to Tommy and Pre, and we're going to talk about the 16-man tournament that has been announced for John Cena's last match. When I heard about this, because to me, I think it should be given to somebody who's earned it, who has a story and a past with Cena, Or if you really want to go extreme and you want to give it to somebody to give them the rub for the passing of the torch type deal, you can do that too. Having a tournament for the winner to just get a match with no significant value.
At a Saturday night's main event, which, again, I understand Saturday night's main event is probably more watched than any of the other things because it's on channel, it's on NBC.
This is going to sound ridiculous, but I think somehow between now and then, which I guess what's today's date, the 5th. So you have basically a month and a week to get this tournament done or whatever, and then you'll have the final opponent, I believe is December 13th on Saturday night's main event. I think between now and then, you got to give Cena the belt. Like, I don't know how you would do it, but like,
nah.
Well, then what's the allure? Like, all right, so.
What was the allure for Ric Flair's last match?
It's Ric fucking Flair, dude.
Well, buddy, if you're looking at wrestling history, he has surpassed Ric Flair.
I know. But like, all right, so they announced 2 matches so far. Do you know about this? The 2 matches they announced?
I didn't hear the matches they announced.
All right, so 2 matches announced. Now, you can be hot or cold on whoever they are, okay? You can tell me how you feel. Match 1, Damian Priest versus Rusev. So I'm gonna also pick Rusev because of the past with them. But let's just say, do either of those 2 guys, when you're picking Rusev to win, could you get behind a John Cena versus Rusev finals?
Yes.
You can.
And so could the wrestling fans.
Interesting. Okay, because I can't. It doesn't move any
listen,
needles for me.
Everything that we're going to talk about is going to be completely irrelevant because I have a funny feeling that they're going to go the route that they went with Cena to even become known in the public. Somebody that's young, hungry, and full of ruthless aggression. So it's going to be a young guy that's going in there.
You want some buzz? You want some real like cool shit to happen?
Tommy Invincible?
No, Jesus Christ, no. He's right here getting low blowed by our friend with his signature move, Richard Holiday.
KC Navarro, because he was the biggest John Cena fan ever.
God, Jesus, no. He's not cleared. So if he was, maybe. But no, I think no matter how this tournament shakes out, right? And I've gone on record and said I think that The Rock will come out and say you'll retire when The Rock says you'll retire. I'll see you in Vegas.
You'd hope that that's what it's going to be, but it doesn't look like he's doing anything anymore.
Right? Well, we'll see. But I think this is what I think should play out. Before the match, John Cena knows his opponent, whoever it is. Before the match, he's, kind of running the ropes, doing his thing, take the hat, throw the thing, doing his normal entrance. When that music stops, I need Kurt Angle to come out.
I was hoping.
Something like, obviously no physicality. Have Kurt Angle get his ass down to the ring. He started it all. Bookend this shit with Kurt Angle. However much it takes to get him there, whatever. It's in D.C. I think he's still in Pittsburgh. I don't know. But, let that be the thing. Because I think that would make fans go, holy shit, dude. Cena's first ruthless aggression thing. All full circle, all the way back to Kurt Angle. So that's booking 101 for me.
So what's the other match?
Other match is Sheamus, which he's had plenty of history with, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think you give that to Sheamus. Now, we'll make it pretty easy. We'll do this or we'll do this. When I say the names that are being rumored to be in this thing, does it move the needle for you, and can you envision them going all the way to the distance to be Cena's last match? We'll start with The Miz. Now, I said that. Remember, I said, can it be The Miz, or does it have to happen at a Raw or a SmackDown or one? I think he's only got 2 Raws left. It's Boston, and it's the Garden, and then it's the Garden. Yeah, the Garden, and then Saturday Night's Main Event. So I don't know if he wrestles in those 2. Maybe you can get a match. I don't know, but
maybe a tag match.
Something's even if it has to be gimmicky, whatever. I'm all for The Miz all the way to the finals. I'm cool with that. Honestly, I am, because there's nobody who has worked harder, smarter, and done more for the WWE. If his name's not John Cena, The Miz shows up at everything. He's in every endorsement thing. He's in every, when it's baseball night at the stadium, he's there. He's the spokesperson of the WWE.
Oh, even the SmackDown that we went to, R-Truth and The Miz had their tag match after it was over. he
Right.
was still there to at least perform for the crowd.
Right,
so.
right. And like I said, I personally love it. So that's a thumbs up. R-Truth, to be back in the mix, to be rumored to be in this tournament, I'm with it. I'm with it. Can it go to the finals? Probably not, because we've seen it a couple times. But it's wrestling, so you really you fucking have no idea. The next name on this list that I got off of some random website that said, like, this is the 16 rumored names, and the two names that were the four names that we talked about, only a few of them popped up on this, so they're not obviously completely right. After R-Truth, we got Solo Sikoa. Because of the shit that happened at WrestleMania, like his whole little build up there wasn't much to it. Me, I say no to. I say, no, it's not. For me, it's just like, nothing burger for that one. So here's why I say yes to the next one, because I think he would maybe face The Miz in the tournament, and that's Carmelo Hayes. They obviously have a beef right now. They're going through their little feud. Making a tournament match.
Young, hungry, I get it.
Right. And I think that, again, I don't see Carmelo Hayes being there at the end, but, crazier things have happened. If you really think he's him, you could go that route and pass the torch to a Carmelo Hayes. Do I think that's happening? Probably not, but I think he might wind up in this tournament. After that, Bronson Reed, who just popped up on the Survivor Series poster yesterday as it was released as him, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Do you think Bronson Reed has any...
I could see them putting him in a match, and then whoever they're going to be feuding with at Survivor Series costing that.
Okay, yeah.
Or if even if Rollins makes a comeback before Survivor Series,
he's apparently he announced on Good Football Morning. What is it fucking called? Good Morning Football. Wow, holy shit, long day. He announced he's gonna be out for 6 months. So that's
even if he just shows up.
Yeah, I mean, you want the music to play and have the, like people go nuts about it, and maybe. But yeah, Bronson Reed involved. Somebody who I watched is next on this list. I don't watch a lot of SmackDown anymore. It's Friday night. Typically the Knicks or the Rangers or I'm just watching a movie or whatever. We talked about this earlier. Like they're not capturing me like they used to. If it was Bloodline shit back 2 years ago, I'm like, bro, you see that? You see that? That's the next layer.
Because everything was carrying on both shows. That's the problem. Everything was carrying to both. Roman's going to be on SmackDown. Roman's going to be on Raw.
Does
Cody even go to SmackDown anymore?
I have no idea. But the name on this list, because I did watch SmackDown for about 20 minutes on Friday. Did you see Dragunov's match?
Yeah.
Dude.
I saw the highlights.
Dude.
Listen, we've been talking about him for years.
Dude. That man can go.
Yeah.
And his opponent, drawing a blank because I've probably CTE down the future, but NXT. Anyway, the match that Dragunov put on showed me, based off his size, his stature, they strapped him up with the U.S. title. This dude has a very promising future with the WWE. That dude, just the way he delivers his strike, his finishing move, that fucking bang, and I'm like, God damn.
Him and Breaker had some of the best NXT matches ever.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself for not remissing the name of his opponent because he also went unbelievably hard. I believe he's on NXT or a part of a tag team or something, but he's so good. That match was so good. And like I said, unbelievable future. I could see Dragunov. I mean, think about it like this. The U.S. title open challenge was made famous by John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see a situation where Dragunov runs through this tournament and all of a sudden that last match is for the U.S. championship and then, Cena loses or whatever ultimately and passes the torch? No, you don't see it. But like I said, kudos.
I could see him getting, maybe 2 rounds in. I could see that.
Yeah, kudos to him. I'm going to have to look him up because it's driving me nuts right now.
Hang on, the bat phone's going.
All right, enough of the bat phone. Dragunov.
Dave.
Versus. Oh, man.
They're very upset with you, Dave.
Will you shut up already? I don't care who you're talking to because it just doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Why am I not? This is crazy. You're not helping me.
Dude, I remember watching the highlights. It's again, and it's sad that we say this, that SmackDown just
Nathan Frazier.
Oh, Nate Frazier. Yeah.
Nate Frazier.
Okay.
Give it up for that motherfucker right there, because that dude, once again, he can absolutely. And if you're watching this, you probably knew the answer 10 minutes ago. You're like, dude, listen to me. Like, I can't
Like,
hear
bro,
you.
you don't even see advertisements for SmackDown.
You really don't. You really don't. It took a while for them to even update the banner thing on my Fubo. Like, for a while, it looked. Anytime I clicked on WWE, it was like the Shield version of Roman Reigns, like as like the backdrop. And I'm like, dude, update your shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard. So yes, Dragunov, I'm all for it. Another one I think that can go to the finals. Next man on the list. Piping red hot heat anytime he goes, but he's also very, very, very over. Dominic Mysterio. Like, he had a little bit of a spat with his dad the other night, right? Little, obviously that's never going to get finished.
No, if he is in it, he'll lose first round.
Really? Yeah. Because I look at Dom Mysterio as, it's so crazy, because if you think about this podcast in particular, how much did we shit on that dude for just being like, oh my God, he can't even get a word out. They're just booing him because it's just fun to boo
Well,
him.
it's not
Like,
even that, because before that,
he wasn't looking like he was going to be the star that he is now.
He wasn't Dominic Mysterio. He was Rey Mysterio's son, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's all anybody cared about. Like, oh, nepotism. So he broke off on his own, which I'll give it to Payne. He said, you put him in a group and you could kind of hide him
Until he's ready.
He'll be fine. But then he just put himself in the forefront, and you could thank Rhea Ripley for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Rhea and Liv and Priest and
yeah, because
all those guys.
without that storyline with Rhea, he would have just been, and I feel bad, he would have just been like JD McNugent is with them. You know what I mean? He's just the greatest seller of I think I want to say almost all time.
Yeah, I look at JD McNugent as and we're talking about JD McDonough if you're new to the show. I look at him as like Ziggler-esque selling, and that's the ultimate compliment, because I think Ziggler is one of the best to do it. All right, so no on Dom, or no winning on Dom. I think he might be in the tournament. Now, a guy that just can't seem to get. Here's a guy, Patrick Mahomes. He takes a bowel movement, and I love it. Collinsworth, you fucking cuck. No, but I look at this next guy as a guy that is just, it's getting the fans angry that they can't use him.
Let me guess.
In the spot.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I could see, to be honest, I
this
said
the
maybe
rub?
they'd go the young, ruthless aggression route, but maybe that's the rub that they give him, because they haven't given him the championship belt. Maybe he is seen his last match.
You talk about a guy that could probably, there's still little spots of, I don't want to call it nerves, but there's a couple times he fumbles his words and whatever. But like, it's you're on live TV, shit happens. But like,
Yeah,
I
we're
would
live,
look,
pal.
Yeah, but I would look at LA Knight as somebody that can build a promo and build a story with John Cena. Like, that would be.
I think he'd have a good match with him,
I
too.
think it'd be a great match too. I think it's more his speed, right? Like, it's very similar. That'd be great. Another name that got thrown on this, I don't agree with this at all. But again, who knows? Penta.
I like him, but no.
Yeah, I don't like
That
him.
wouldn't even be a good match with John.
Right. So, but if they want to use him and lose, rock on. The next name is our dear good friend who has the clip of the day with his wife, Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona. Now remember, they said that this could be SmackDown, Raw, NXT, or anybody who doesn't even work for the company, aka TNA.
Listen, would I love it? Absolutely.
It would. I mean, I would. For Cardona's sake, again, I'm not telling you how to do or book or whatever. Cardona's a mastermind in his own right. But for one night only, bring me Zack Ryder. Like, resurrect that motherfucker from the dead.
I don't think he wants any part of that.
Just come out there with the woos and the fucking headband. And, like, that's what started this whole thing. A picture of him and Cena surfaced way back when, where Cena's wearing the wig, right? And he's just like, they're both broskies. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he got left for John Cena in a story, right? Or something like that. Like, somebody wanted to go with, some girl wanted to go with Cena.
I don't remember.
No, I don't remember that either.
That
like,
that was the doldrums of WWE for me, where like
when nobody was watching.
I would catch it. I would catch the pay-per-views. I wouldn't really watch the weekly TV.
Yeah. So Matt Cardona, I say big thumbs up. They threw out Ethan Page on this. Now, obviously, they haven't had any history outside of like probably interactions behind the scenes or backstage or whatever. But I don't see why unless WWE's investing heavily into the dude, he might be one of those guys that you say like, okay, you know, like Ethan Page, because dude, great promo, great look, great character, great everything. They got, you know, he's over doing AAA shit with like mixed tag title things.
If he was in this, he'd be one and done. I think it would be a really good match to kind of showcase him, but he would just be one and done.
This one I don't understand don't understand because I just don't understand the match that would be had. Obi Fema. They're really strapping the rocket to him. I mean, obviously he's going to be a star.
I could see him being in that and another one, having a really good match and losing, but just to get him on that TV because listen, TV time is still a very high commodity, especially when you only have a 2-hour show.
Correct.
So just getting him out there and having a good match will be fine. I mean, everybody knows the guy, everybody loves the guy, but I don't think the match with Cena would be giving him the rub that people would think that it would to be the last match. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Two completely different styles.
I'm with that too.
I don't think it would work.
All right. Well, a name I haven't said, but if you say it, he typically appears. Joe Hendry is on this list as a potential candidate to do. I don't want to say the job because that's not the right terminology. But
it would turn into a comedy match at that point.
Yeah, I don't see him in the finals. I do like Joe Hendry. You wonder. I don't want to say when does this stuff go stale because everything eventually goes stale. You know, like how long is the say his name and he appears thing? Do you think that has longevity past like glass breaking ability? Like Stone Cold, anytime the glass breaks, you go fucking crazy.
Different eras, different era of wrestling.
Yeah, I just like because when you hear that say his name, people lose their shit.
They do.
But for how long?
They
long
do.
Are we gonna
and
be
I
losing
think
our shit?
well, that's because they make it so special with WWE, right? It doesn't happen constantly.
Correct.
They make it very special, but like I said, at that point, it would turn into a comedy match because Cena would probably laugh in the middle of the ring, and yes, would it be fun? Yes, but I don't think that's what you're looking for John Cena's last match.
We mentioned Obi before. What about Trick Williams? He's on this list as well. You want to talk about somebody who's carried the NXT brand into the TNA invasion stuff and all the crossover they've been doing. It seems like they're very heavily invested in Trick Williams. Could he be the guy to run the gauntlet or run the tournament and wind up being John Cena's last match?
No.
Okay. And one more name. Guy hasn't been around since SummerSlam. Gunther. Like, to me...
Oh, yeah, but my God, Cena's last match is as pale as he is.
Yeah, he's going to be lit up like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like, that would be devastating to his
that's
chest.
when they would bring Super Cena back. Like, he would be taking a beating the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, I would see that, but I still think...
I would like... Listen,
since
and
he's in the
that's another
picture,
one
since
I would
he's in the picture, nowhere on this list did I see anything, about Brock. Because obviously they had their last match when they had their last match.
Yeah, no, I think he's out of the picture.
But I'm a firm believer that WrestleMania in Vegas next year will feature Brock and Gunther. I've been calling for that match for 3 years.
They fucking better while Brock could still go.
Right. So, like, they've been calling for that match for years. How do we get there? Is that something that can happen in the Rumble to lead to Mania? Or is it something that can happen in a Gunther tournament match where Brock fucks him up and says, no, you're not going to be the last guy? You know what I mean? Like, just kind of sticks it to him. That was his opportunity.
Listen, if I was booking, that's how I would kind of have to do it to show you how you get from here to there.
Do you have anybody on this list that I just said to you, like, that really says, that's him, that's the guy?
So it's tough, right? Because you don't know how they want to book it. Do they want to go to the nostalgia factor? So, yeah, you have your Rusevs, you have your Miz.
Sheamus.
You know, in my opinion, even though I know he's the champ, it's kind of crazy that Punk wasn't on there.
Well, they just had a feud. Like,
yeah,
to round out their feud.
Yeah, but for the last match, think about that. What made Punk?
Yeah, when he beat Cena for that title.
But what made him the pipe bomb?
Pipe bomb,
promo,
right? That's a full circle moment. Yeah.
So you know, that's a complete full circle moment.
Yeah, you're right. Are you surprised Cody's nowhere to be found on this as the champion?
No.
Okay, because again, like, I'm really.
He has to turn.
I love Cody. I do. I've met him so many times. Such a nice dude. I've announced him, right? Cody is the guy. But man, I've never seen such a stale run in my life. Like, and not stale. Like, he's having good matches. I'm not saying that.
But
it's not pulling me in at all.
Yeah, but the interest isn't there for a lot of people match-wise, right? if you don't like Cody Rhodes, there's something wrong with you. Probably one of the nicest human. I've never met him, but from what I've heard from you and other people that have worked with him, probably one of the nicest guys in the business, in a business where 99.9% of the people are usually assholes. But I really think corporate Cody needs to happen. He's got to be a heel. Because the chase getting there was what people cared about.
He's Cena now, man. He's the one making wishes. He's the one, like he's that guy now. You can't. When they did it to Cena, everybody looked him sideways and said, how the fuck are they going to do this? Because he was such a super babyface. But the Make-A-Wishes stuff was stopping. Nobody was talking about John Cena being that dude anymore. And then that's when they turned him. There's too much ahead of Cody Rhodes for him to be a heel. Do I think he could be a great heel in WWE? Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to me because at what point those Make-A-Wishes are going to eventually stop when they take that belt off Cody. Because then he's just going to be...
But who the hell's going to take it off him, man? Like, if McIntyre can't do it, and look, we know...
Braun Breaker?
Breaker, you would assume, is going after Punk eventually. I don't know, man. It's just like, who is next for Cody? I can't figure it out, man.
You gotta, I understand the Make-A-Wish stuff, but you got to turn them. You got to make people... Like, what are we going to be, jumping for? The Rock versus Cody? At this point, and I mean this... I don't even care to see The Rock in the ring again at this point.
Oh, I'm in the minority, I guess.
Because nothing got finished. Nothing was finished. So why bring him back?
To finish it.
But he's not going to finish it.
Who knows? No big names of the variations of the Edges of the world, Adam Copeland, because they interviewed Tony Khan and he was just completely shot out. I love Edge. Edge is recording and filming a movie, and we can't wait to have Edge back. Off into the weeds.
He's not. So he's
no
not
rumors
do
of no inklings of Jericho. I would love that. That's you.
God, man, I'm telling you this right now. And if he came back as Y2J, like you heard that countdown, that would be your glass breaking pop.
100%. 100%. How wouldn't it be great if out of nowhere they started dropping little teasers of a countdown and it's him, and it, like there won't be an element of a super duper surprise, but it would be like there he is. It's got to be him. Because here's where I think the WWE, I don't want to say screwed up with all those promos that they were doing with all the feet. You had Tommy Tequila, texting us like, this guy wears his pants a certain way, and like he was going deep into this shit, and I was like, dude. And then you were like, it's going to be a letdown. And it turned out to be...
they're not going to...
Turned out to be a commercial, right?
Yeah.
So, but what if that commercial was to throw you this way and they still do it? Like, they show another teaser and you're like, wait. They showed the commercial already. Like, this is new now. So now it's like, wait, was there another seat at the table? Was there another... was there somebody that's all in?
There were chips at the table that weren't...
A lot of people said that might have been Rhea Ripley.
Could it have been Triple H? Could it have been Paul Heyman's chips? Who knows? Listen.
But that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, that's the kind of shit that would lead me to be like, ooh, like get excited. But then, like, they're not building. It's almost as if they're, and I've said this phrase before, and I don't like saying it because it's the WWE and they are the juggernaut, but it seems like it's cruise control. It's just like, boom, boom. Watch these fans spend all that money. Yep. You know what I mean? And we're all going to do, not me, but like,
everybody's going to watch Survivor Series, and then we're just going to keep cruising on to Royal Rumble. Then we're going to cruise even slower till we get to WrestleMania.
Because I tell you right now, Royal Rumble's probably going to be the most predictable, like more predictable than when Cody won it. You're going to get to the Rumble and you're going to realize, okay, who's the guy that's going to be facing either, if it's Punk as champion, Cody Rhodes as champion. You got a bunch of names, but based off promo posters, you gotta have Roman Reigns in some kind of capacity in the main event of WrestleMania. That's the aura that dude possesses. It's not him being in another fucking tag match or some shit like that. I'll blow my fucking head off.
Yeah, no.
That can't be a thing. So like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, dude, who is gonna? Maybe Roman just wins the Rumble, and now does that turn the people on Roman because it's the same old shit? You know what I mean?
No, because I think they're kind of. I've been seeing a lot of people clamoring for that, but I don't think you go back to the bloodline with Roman. I don't think you do
I think
that.
that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
And they let it cool off, and now it's gone. You know, like Heyman's not involved, and the Usos are doing their thing, and it doesn't seem like that's the route they're gonna go anytime soon. So I don't know. He said he said that the last time. He's like, I don't want to see you guys till Christmas. Like in the ring while he was sitting down with the Usos. He's like, I don't want to see any of you guys till Christmas. Like almost as if like you're not invited to Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Like, like you guys have screwed this up, or I don't want to be around you guys right now. So maybe there's something to that. Do we ever get Roman and Rock? For the head of the table, for the Ulabala or the fucking High Chief or whatever. There's so many ways you can go about it, but the problem is we're already in November. April is only 6 months away. You got to start planting some seeds, man.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Don't wait till Royal Rumble.
Right. Don't wait till... To me, WrestleMania season, they say it starts at the Royal Rumble. To me, it starts at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Which is November, right? So now you have November, December, January, February, March, April. It's all that to build. You got to start giving us something to get excited about because right now, none of this shit's exciting me. And a tournament to determine... a last match for Cena, that's your prize?
So to
to
go back to your point on Jericho. To go back to your point on Jericho. Mm-hmm. Let's say one of the participants, he's hurt, he can't continue in this tournament. We're going to look for the next competitor, right?
Already far into the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, so not for the round of 16.
I'd even say the last round, where it's, the silhouette of a wrestler, and then Jericho comes out. Now, I could see Jericho.
That would be like run this whole tournament and then have that finals guy get attacked. And then they're like, what the... And Cena's out there like, come on. And then...
yeah.
And people are like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
So now I could see that...
To me, that would blow my head off.
It would, but I could see that being the last match because they're both... up there in age.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They both could kind of work
it ain't
the
going to
same
be a
style.
Meltzer 5-star. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a match.
No, but, Jericho could still do his shtick with the lion salt and everything like that, but he's not the Jericho that he was in 1996, obviously. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that would be a good last match for Cena. It's a, future Hall of Famer in Jericho. And listen... And that's if Jericho's even there. And I know people are going to be like, oh, everybody said they didn't want to see Jericho out there. Yeah, because in AEW it was getting stale and stupid, and they were throwing him out there for no reason.
18 gimmick changes in AEW. There's like, oh, I'm this guy now, and I'm the learning tree, and now I'm the rock and roller, and whatever the fuck, and now I'm this, and it got to the point where I'm like, I don't care. I don't
he's still
give a
Jericho.
shit.
He's still got a great mind for the business.
Chris fucking Jericho, and he still can make Cena's last match one of the most memorable things we've ever watched.
You want me to be real with you?
That's the way you want to go with.
If he never comes back to WWE, I would like to see him maybe be second in command at AEW.
That'll never happen. Because then you run into the Hogan shit. But
where he's not wrestling anymore.
No,
but
I know, but he's booking and
where he's actually booking and teaching Tony.
I mean, they have guys there already that can do that kind of shit. They have guys. They have Christopher Daniels. They have these guys that are on staff. Jerry Lynn, like Goldust, like you know what I'm talking about. Like those kinds of people that can take the fucking book and say, "Hey Tony, give me this for like 4 months. I will turn a lot of this shit around." But he don't want that. He wants to keep playing with his action figures and shit. Like he's not. Listen, man. Again, at the end of the day, I ain't never going to work for AEW. It's just not going to be a thing. If they call me tomorrow, I still would probably say, not really my style. Shout out to those who get paid by Tony Khan to work there regularly, get a salary, all that shit. I understand that. But that dude is lost. And he's not going to win back any crowd that have already said, I'm out on Tony Khan. The only way you do that is if you grant Copeland a one night off. And say, hey, look, man, contract's coming up. You're going to sign a new one with AEW on January 1st or whatever, however it all structures out. And say, in the meantime, between December 13th and December 20th, when you don't have a contract anywhere, go fulfill the fucking the match.
Yeah,
right?
because look,
and Tony Khan would look like a fucking hero. Think about that.
Because look at what Cena did for MJF when the Iron Claw premiered, and I've watched that movie 500 times. Can you find MJF in that movie?
He's in that movie?
Yeah.
As what?
One of the one of the family members, but I don't even think he has a speaking part.
Wow, I don't
But
recall
John
that.
Cena showed up at
I
the
know what he
premiere.
does in Happy Gilmore, too.
John Cena showed up at the premiere and was taking pictures with him. And Cena's talked about how, I understand we're two different companies, but, I'm going to give this guy the credit where it's due. He's a major name. So, Tony, you already got the rub from one of the best WWE wrestlers in the company's history, probably right up there with Hogan.
Yeah, sure.
But he wants them to talk about AEW on WWE TV. Why? Your wrestler's there.
Your marketing is already in the product. You don't have to fucking say like, yeah, we'll do that, but you have to put an AEW logo in your lower third during the
Or
match.
he gets to come out in an AEW T-shirt.
Yeah,
What? Because you know what's going to happen? They're just going to book Cena to run through him, just like they did with Sting.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but that's pretty much what we got for you today as far as all that's concerned.
Yeah, it's man, and I hate this, and it's been almost every year where it just gets. And I get it. There's not a lot in wrestling that you can really do, right? Except that the Insane Clown Posse bringing fucking Vince Russo in, which is
that a thing?
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
It's actually,
he's an investor in the company. I hope you guys are just taking his money.
Yeah,
that's really what. Even though you put him on your TV,
didn't
or
Cardona just win
are.
the fucking title?
Huh?
Didn't the Cardona just win the Gigolo title or whatever?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought he did, and he was like under a hood, and he like exposed.
Yeah, I don't know, but please don't listen to any of that guy's ideas.
Yeah, he's out of tune, out of touch.
Well, because he doesn't.
If you
have
brought in a Bischoff, I would say you better perk your ears up and listen and take notes.
I mean, listen,
Vince
because
Russo? No.
it should. Wrestling right now is. Listen, is it a boom period? I mean, kind of. It's a different era, right? You can't really go off the ratings because things are on streaming. They're still filling seats at pay-per-views. Everybody said, oh, they only had like 7,000 people at Raw or SmackDown, whatever it was. The building only fit that. So they're going to these smaller venues, maybe because the ticket prices. I really hope in the new year the ticket prices drop.
We'll see.
Because it seems like people are going to need more money in their pocket.
We'll figure that out in a couple of months. We'll figure out more as we go with.
But if not, and you want to enjoy wrestling and you want to come see names, head on over to Indie Wrestling. There's a great company in New Jersey besides ISPWs and Fight Factory Wrestling. You can come see us this November 15th.
There you go.
Have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got some really cool plans. We have good plans for 2026. We're doing what we can. We're doing our part on the independent wrestling scene. And I think that, yeah, like you said, that the boom period is here. It's just a matter of who's going to take advantage of the boom period. Like you could be a dog shit backyard company and go under and just kind of suck, and that's your fault. But or you can just try to ride the wave, and I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to carve out our little part in indie wrestling. We're not trying to fucking take over, none of that shit. We're running our business. We're trying the best we can. We're making all the pivots in the world when people have to pull off and they have to do these last minute
There's
things.
nothing to take over because unless you're running shows 7 days a week, you can't have that many wrestlers.
No, it's going to be oversaturated and be boring. But anyway, that'll do it for this week's episode.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
The Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, is the go home show. I hope Officer Payne is in the building. I would say Tommy Tequila, come on down, but Lord knows he's busy. And
how about Josh Chernoff take a fucking trip from Philly down here for a show?
Yeah, Chernoff will not be taking any trips.
Well, you know what it is? We'd have to have like Moff or Donovan here in order for him to come because he needs his protection.
He does. But anyway, that'll do it. For Dave Sturchio, Tommy Dee, and of course on behalf of Chris Payne, Tommy Tequila, Josh Chernoff, everybody involved at Fight Factory Wrestling, have yourself a good week. And we'll see you guys next week for the Go Home Show. No Thanksgiving. Get your tickets right now. StarlandBallroom.com. We'll see you guys next week.